morning and welcome to The Brief. Here's a look at your trending stories for this morning. Premier Vikram Singh pledges to punish the corrupt and continue the country's development. Indications that the controversial coal deal will be referred for discussion in Cabinet once again. New pipeline to replace faulty oil pipeline from Colombo Harbour to Sapugaskanda refinery. Speaking at an event held in Mawatagama, Kurunagala, Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe proclaimed that corrupt would be punished and that the development of the country would continue.
An event to recruit new members to the United National Party was held in Kurunagala today.
Kurunagala, Colombo.
We will create a development corridor from Kurunagala to Hambantota via Colombo. There is only one such corridor in the region, and that is the Delhi-Mumbai corridor of development. We will fill the harbour that was previously used to catch fish with ships. There wasn't even a Dandumonara machine that arrived at the Mattala airport. When we carry out our activities in 5 years, there will be 1 million people who arrive there, and it will be at its maximum. The place they tried to reclaim in Colombo, the port city, I said, let's make it a city of money. There is no place to do financial transactions between Dubai and Singapore. Separate laws will be brought in, and if a person has the talent, he can make about $1,000 or $2,000 there. The people who rob are with Alibaba and the 40 thieves. That is the difference in the country at present. Some say that it is enough to rob for themselves and that there is no point in developing the country. There is the UNP and the SLFP in this. If we try to take revenge from the SLFP, they start shouting. If someone tries to take revenge from the UNP, we start shouting. If it's the JVP, they will start shouting in the parliament. So therefore, you cannot take revenge. Everyone is on TV now. They show them going into prison and even coming out. They show everything, but that is okay.
The Sunday Times newspaper reported that the Ministry of Power and Renewable Energy is to refer the Cabinet's decision once again on the controversial coal tender. The newspaper reports that the ministry will ask Cabinet to decide whether to cancel the multi-billion rupee coal tender and face a substantial compensation claim or to continue with the contract.
Quoting the Secretary to the Ministry of Power and Renewable Energy, Suren Bhattagoda, the Sunday Times newspaper says that the ministry would put the relevant paper to Cabinet this week. According to the newspaper report, Bhattagoda said the Attorney General's Department too had advised that it was for the Cabinet to make the choice. However, the report says that the chairman of Lanka Coal Company, Maitri Gunaratne, has already written to Swiss Singapore Overseas Enterprises Pte Limited, the firm which won the tender, suspending the next scheduled shipment of coal. Suren Bhattagoda goes on to note that Swiss Singapore was likely to seek compensation for breaching an international agreement. The Auditor General had submitted a query to the Ministry of Power and Renewable Energy regarding a loss of 1.8 billion rupees which the country had incurred through this transaction. Considering a petition filed by a privately owned company, the Supreme Court said that the manner in which the tender was awarded had shocked its conscience. Meanwhile, speaking in Parliament recently, Chief Opposition Whip Anura Kumara Dissanayake said that the committee appointed by the President in this regard had informed that the manner in which the coal tender had been awarded to Swiss Singapore Overseas Enterprises Pte Limited was wrong. Amid such a backdrop, the move by the Ministry of Power and Renewable Energy to refer the matter to the Cabinet once again was criticised at various political meetings and media briefings today.
Reports say that repair work on a ruptured oil pipeline carrying crude oil from the Colombo port to the Sapugaskanda refinery has been delayed due to rough seas. The Ministry of Petroleum Resources Development says that the necessary measures are being taken to establish new pipeline system.
These incidents of ruptured pipelines are arising because of substandard equipment. It is not only the financial loss, we must consider the danger as well. If this pipeline and the pipeline at the refinery rupture at the same time, it could lead to a disastrous situation. This happened in 2014. It is true that we will not be facing a fuel shortage now, but we are still using substandard pipes. Adopt new technology and affix B's or Dunlop pipes here. At the same time, punish the corrupt administration which enabled the Mahinda Rajapaksa regime and the political authority at the time to steal millions by affixing substandard pipes. While the pipeline system was purchased with the approval of the relevant procurement committee, speaking to Newsfirst, Subject Minister Chandima Weerakkodi highlighted problems with the system. The pipeline system was purchased in line with procurement procedures, but it is evident to us that there is a problem with the standard and quality of the pipeline system. That is why we decided to immediately establish an appropriate pipeline system. We decided today to establish a new system, and we have already procured the pipes to replace the underwater lines. We have decided to affix a new pipeline to unload crude oil. Delays in unloading oil from the Iranian ship, which is currently weighed anchor, will result in the state having to pay late fees of 2 million rupees per day. The pipeline is being repaired. Therefore, there will be no delays in unloading the crude oil. We have 96 hours to unload it and it can be done in 72 hours. I must note that we will be able to unload the oil without having to pay any late fees.
That's a wrap of the brief for today. For the Newsfirst team, I'm Arundhati Mudarnayaka reminding you to stay briefed.